Hey everybody, Jay Marino here. Welcome back. Playing some more Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. Playing the Joan of Arc campaign. Alright, Chapter 5, The Siege of Paris.
September 3rd, France. France has a king once more. However, as Joan gains influence with the people, jealousy grows within the court. The king's evil advisors now seek to destroy Joan. It is only a matter of time before they succeed in poisoning the king's mind. Joan must hurry to fulfill her mission. Paris, the jewel of France, has been under English tyranny for decades, and French patriots trapped within the city are eager to escape. We are now marching on Paris, hoping that the reinforcements we have been promised will arrive in time.
Alright, we gotta save him. Okay. Typical Joan must survive. After you locate the refugees, rendezvous with the king's reinforcements in Paris, just south of the river bridge. Refugee villagers in Paris are attempting to escape English tyranny. Locate at least 6 of the refugees. Do not try to defeat every English unit. Focus on your objectives. Guard your siege weapons. Towers will be a big problem if you do not. The refugees can be used to repair your siege weapons, but they cannot construct buildings. If faced with overwhelming opposition, run away! Run away! Your scouts report the French army under the command of Joan has reached the outskirts of the city. I mean, I could see that. The city is huge, and there are English soldiers everywhere. Luckily, there are partisans within the city who will rise up against the English once they see the French army. The French king has also promised reinforcements to be sent to the city by ship once Joan reaches, I don't know, the edge of the city, an island on the Seine River. Alright, there's an allied town nearby. If this attack fails, this will be the only safe haven in the area. Okay.
Paris is just ahead. Let us locate the refugees and escort them to the rendezvous point with the king's men.
Okay, well, let's bump up the game speed. The first thing I'm going to do is just scout around the city to see the most effective way in. I feel like that's got to be the key. So we're going to try to. We got to make it up here, presumably. So again, let's just look around with our scout cavalry. He's light cavalry this time. I guess that's scout cavalry after they've been leveled up. Which, I don't know, why would anybody ever upgrade their light cavalry? I don't know. It's one of these down here. I think it's this one, maybe, is the light cavalry. I can't quite tell. So there's technically 3 levels to it, but the French can only get up to the 2nd level. If that's the right one. Or maybe the light cavalry is not even on here because no one cares. Okay, so that's the main gate, and I really don't see a point in just bombing through it if we can avoid it. They don't know we're here, so let's avoid the longbowmen, because the range on those is insane. In fact, what is the range on those? Let's check. 12? 6 plus 6, 12. I think the implication is they do 6 base damage at their lowest normal level, and then now that they're elite longbowmen, they do the extra 6, maybe? Maybe that's how that works. Or plus they've got the fletching and all those upgrades, etc., etc. I'm not sure. So this just keeps going and going. The obvious choice to me is going to be to move my whole army up here and then just break through the wall near where we need to go. So there's another gate up here, and that's exactly where we need to be. So I think all I'm going to do is bust through this general area, unless there's a better spot to just break through the walls over here. I'd like to avoid destroying the houses if possible. Alright, there's a castle here too. We might want to break the castle and just go right through this area. I feel like destroying that castle is going to be the right choice one way or another. So I'm going to go ahead and let's hotkey. So I've not had these guys before. The 12 range bombard cannons is interesting. What's the range on the castle? 11. So we can outrange the castle with the bombard cannons, which I assume do good damage against structures. We also have a hero with a bombard cannon. I don't know why. And now we've got another hero too. So we've got these random folks. So let's add all my cavalry to one group. I guess I'll add the light cavalry to it as well. All right, so that's Joan. Let's move them all up here. And then we've got pikemen and crossbowmen. So we're going to have a crossbowman group pikeman group. Let's see if I can actually remember all of this. In any case, we've got to get everyone moved up. So we can use the trebuchet to start chipping away at the castle and then follow up with the bombard cannons, I suppose. I assume that as soon as we start attacking it, it's going to start drawing units maybe through the gate at us. So as long as we cover our stuff, we should be in fine shape. So let's maybe move our trebuchets up to like here. They have the longest range, 16, compared to the bombard cannon, which was 12. I was speaking the hotkey out. The trebuchet hotkey is 5, not 5 range. Bombard cannon is 12. So we can just set up like well outside the city. Obviously, we're gonna have to wait for a while for our units to get up there. We can slow the game speed down as well. Again, I see absolutely no reason. Like, why would we go through here? That seems like it's just a dummy mistake. When if all we need to do is get up to this area, why would we attempt to go any other way? And then let's just leave the English peasants alone. I do like how the houses have some variation to them, like just enough so that it actually does like you've got a little city here. Like, and then you mix in some of the other structures, and you actually have a nice little variation of a medieval city here. I think it's pretty neat. All right, so let's move on up. Okay, so I guess I'm questioning now, like, do I even need to really destroy this castle? I guess it couldn't hurt. What we can do is move up with the trebuchets. I kind of want to use these bombard cannons too, because I've never used them before. Let's move these in range. Okay, so we've got an enemy trebuchet here, so let's just back up. Okay, it's hitting me. I thought I told them to unsiege. Hello, I'm right-clicking them to move. There we go. Now they're finally unpacking. Flippin' dummies. I'm unsurprised. Anyway, now we don't have any trebuchets anymore. What a thrill. I didn't save. All right, so we're going to be using bombard cannons for this. Haha! It's just that easy. Okay, apparently we're too close. Let's be extra careful. I can't believe I lost both my trebuchets because they didn't unpack when I asked them to unpack. I should just learn the hotkey of unpack. I thought just right-clicking to move them automatically unpacked them. Alright, so we're using bombard cannons now. Oh, so that's just the way it is. I guess save now after the enormous blunder at the beginning. That's fine. Okay, so we have to get up. No, don't attack the farms. That's we're above that. So let's get up here and attack the gate and assume that enemies will come pouring out to react to it. So let's attack the gate and see if enemies will directly come out, and then we want to run the bombard cannons away. I love how I lost those trebuchets like immediately. All right, so you guys run. Got longbowmen here. We're going to chase those down with cavalry. Not many at all. These actually do very good damage. I mean, they're Imperial Age gunpowder weapons, so I'd imagine they would do really good structure damage. I wonder how they do against units also. Oh, his range is 14. That's what I'm talking about. Can't keep moving up. I don't know if there's going to be towers behind this, so I'm just sort of casually moving in. I'm destroying the gate so that I have more room to move. That's all. I need more room to maneuver. Okay, you guys back up. Let's go in with the knights to cover us, and then our crossbowmen are going to absolutely mow these guys down because they're focusing. They're totally myopic. They're beelining towards my siege weaponry. That's an AI behavior that we could definitely abuse in the future. We'll see if moderate AI, once we bump up to it, does the same. Now I'm going to finish this campaign on standard. I realize it's super easy, I feel like maybe I've just picked up on the game faster than I expected. I think the Art of War tutorial actually did a really, really, really good job. So, with that in mind, I think I'm doing pretty good. Don't attack the wall. You're better than that. Okay, so let's clump everyone up that's not a bombard cannon. I'm gonna keep them sort of back. Oh, is this
We
them?
have rescued the refugees. Now, we should head to the bridge at the Seine River for the rendezvous with the king's men.
Okay, so now we've got the villagers. And it looks like... It just says 6 of 6 refugees located. So we have to make our way to this bridge. Yeah, sure. Destroy this barracks. So let's see if we can find the best way to get to this. If I just right-click it, can we maybe hug the river and not run into any enemies? Because that would be the ideal way to do it. I've heard some horror stories about this mission, but I imagine that's on the harder difficulties. Because there have been virtually no enemies so far. It's possible on harder difficulties they're constantly sending stuff out to kill us.
Wait here. The king's reinforcements will be along any second.
So the boats can only attack one thing at a time.
Where are those blasted reinforcements?
We are all the king could afford to send.
The king's wicked advisors want to see Joan defamed. Or worse, we are on our own. We must hurry. Comprehend?
Okay, so now they're telling me that I need to get to that allied town. So here we go. I'll keep these guys, I'll keep the workers in my group. So I can apparently use these to repair my... Oh, my bombard cannons. That's actually quite nice. So we have to get to the allied town. As I say, this is why it said run, just run. if you run into problems. Just run. Alright, get in there. You all stay back. This has been no problem at all. Again, I'm waiting for groups of units to show up behind me and start causing me problems. I also have to find the best way to get to this town. Maybe we can get to the edge of Paris and, like, break through walls. Like, it's clearly surrounded by walls, so unless there's a river, and it looks like we're on the proper side of the river now, we could just break through walls to get over to where we need to be. So let's focus on that. There are, like, no enemies in here. This cathedral, maybe that's the French Wonder building, I don't know.
Tired of licking English boots. We follow where you lead, Joan of Arc.
Run, friend, run. Okay, let's get him in there. I'm kind of concerned that, they looks like they do friendly fire there. So I have a huge addition to my army now. Holy shit. So my first instinct is to just break these walls. Let's break through these walls with my bombard cannons and see if maybe this will allow me to just cut straight through this forested area to get to the allied town. This has been relatively simple. I expected there would be some enemies coming up behind us, but no, not really. But again, I can't stress enough. I realize that I'm on the easy difficulty. It's called standard, so it kind of, it makes you feel better about playing on easy when in reality it's just easy. But I'm sure we'll see a nice spike in difficulty when we bump it up. Probably the next campaign I play, I'll either go to a double sword on standard or just do another single sword, but on moderate. And that's what I'm leaning towards next. Okay, so now there are just trees. I guess I could destroy the trees with my bombard cannons. Well, I was still able to get out of the town by doing this way, and I'm fine just being formed up like this. This is absolutely fine. Joan's kind of in the back. That's all right. Let's just try to get on this road, this path. I have a very large army. Let's save, because I imagine there's going to be a very large engagement at the end, and we might have to... reorganize how we're hotkeyed and such to engage these things. Again, I got my pikemen to react to knights where necessary. And then I've got my crossbowmen that I can run away like maniacs where necessary. Hey, let's go. What are you doing? I think I have too many units. I actually can't select them all in one army group. Okay, you guys stay back. You guys stay back. Again, I'm a little concerned. I want to keep them close, just because I suspect I have a sneaking suspicion that the enemy is going to just sort of pop up behind us. You know what, let's reorganize my hotkey groups. I'll add the Scorpions to my siege group because these can still do very good damage versus units. Oops. I messed it up. Hang on. Hotkey groups there and there. So what's the difference here? So we got... Oh, these are throwing axemen. Well, I have one throwing axeman. That's nice. See, some of these are crossbowmen. Oh, and then I just men-at-arms mixed in there. That's fine. And then add the heroes into these groups. Add Joan to my knight group. Probably lead with them. So let's... Now that I have all these hotkeys flipping done, let's go ahead and reload my safety. I've also been playing on the faster game speed here. Joan, I really don't think that you should necessarily just be riding out. Joan will be the vanguard. You know what? Let's...
There she is. This time she will not escape. Burgundy is coming. You are vastly outnumbered. Get the refugees into the fortress.
Okay, so we need to get there. We need to get our 6 people into this town, and that's it. Joan's taking a little heat, but she's okay. Hello? Shit. So a lot of our knights went down. I didn't have my pikemen up front. Ooh, she's almost dead. She's fine. Catapult here. Let's hit it with our siege weaponry. Or is that a mangonel? I think that was a catapult, like a legit catapult. Okay, let's move up with these villagers. I lost most of my knights here, unfortunately. Joan, why don't you just get inside? Okay, so she's safe. And I guess just walk in. I see him just sort of hanging out down here. Oh, they're coming in, but I think we've won. It's fine.
We are victorious, and our peasants are safe. I just hope Joan can make it to the castle.
Ooh, these do too much friendly fire. These are exclusively siege weaponry. Well, that was extremely easy, again, because I'm on the easy difficulty. But people have said how the Siege of Paris, again, I assume on like hard mode specifically, can be a nightmare. Like, these limited unit missions are always a toss-up depending on how the AI acts. It may send out units to chase you down, and then it slowly whittles away at your forces, perhaps. I also think, though, that going outside of the base, like circling around and not trying to go through the main entrance, makes a big difference. Like, I don't know if that castle even needed to be destroyed, but, you know, losing the trebuchets was kind of a stupid experience of mine. But I guess trebuchet v. trebuchet is very RNG dependent based on accuracy of the boulder.
Tragedy. As the refugees fled into the chateau of Compiègne, Joan was trapped outside. Burgundian soldiers knocked her from her horse and paraded around with their prisoner. None of us can sleep knowing our precious Joan of Arc languishes in a Burgundian prison. The soldiers stare at the uncaring sky, condemning themselves for being unable to save her, for being unable to save France. Paris was the first major defeat ever dealt to our army. Had the king sent the promised reinforcements, we would have captured the city. Now it is France's darkest hour.
Womp womp. Okay. Well, when we return, we'll play a Perfect Martyr. I think there are 6 or 7 missions in this campaign. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.